Okay, so welcome. This is Yogalates. We're going to start with our loop band today. Just go either medium or light, not the really super heavy industrial one, just like a little bit light to medium, and go ahead and just place it up onto your thighs, right above your knees. The higher it is, a little bit easier it'll be. The lower it is, the more resistance. All right, so we're just gonna start today in a tabletop position with that resistance band. Try to keep your hips or your knees about hip distance apart, and begin rounding and arcing, loosening up through the spine, moving with the breath, exhaling into the back, and inhaling into the stomach. While you're here, if you need to, you can adjust your knees. Try to make sure those knees are in line with the hips or maybe even a little bit wider. And just keep moving through this, feeling where you might feel a little bit of resistance or a little bit of tension. And just taking note, acknowledging, maybe sending a little bit more breath into that. Just about 3 more, rounding and arcing. And just go one more time through, round and arc. And then we're gonna find a flat tabletop back. Curl your toes and just float your knees up off the ground. Float those knees off the ground. Now roll through the shoulders. Those knees are just gonna float. Your back is staying nice and straight. If this is too much for you, you could put your knees onto the ground. And we're isolating through the shoulders. If you have that resistance band, try to keep pressing it out. Good, just about 5 more rolls this direction. And then we're gonna switch the direction. Firing at that core. All right, now switch the direction of the shoulder circles. Keeping your back flat and floating those knees if you can. All right. In about 5 more of these rolls, we're going to press back into a down dog. Good, and then now press back into a downward facing dog. Walk your dog. This is where that resistance band should really help you deepen your stretch. Every time that you straighten up one leg, press into that resistance band to get a little bit deeper into it. Opening up through the shoulders, tucking your chin into your chest. Breathe here. So we are going to try to do some sun salutations with your loop band. I want to warn you, if you don't like jumping in your sun salutation, then when we start doing the sun salutation, you can just slide off your loop band. But if you do like jumping in the sun salutation, or if you want to practice your jump, the loop band is actually going to be a nice little tool for you to use. All right, so if you want to, you can slip the loop band off or keep it on. Bend both knees, shift your weight back, and jump or step up. Remember, if you don't want to jump, take that loop band off. Place your hands onto your legs. Inhale, look up. Exhale, bow down. Take a deep stretch in your forward fold. And then slowly round up. Vertebrae by vertebrae as you tuck your chin all the way until you come up. Reach those arms up and then lean the arms back. Pressure hips forward. Deep breath. Exhale, swan dive your hands down. If you have that loop band, jump back into that plank line. Gaze forward, deep breath. Exhale, bend the elbows lower, point your toes. Place those hands low on the rib cage. Inhale, bring it up. All the way up, stretch out the abdominals, look behind you one direction. And the other direction, nice deep stretch, good. And then back to center, tuck that chin into the chest, curl the toes back into down dog. Going back into walking your dog if that feels good for you. We're still just kind of warming up. Hopefully you're starting to feel the heat. I know it's cold outside, so I want to do some sun salutations to bring that inner heat in. But if you did want to just hold your down dog without walking it, do that now if you feel like it. So just about 2 more deep breaths in and out. And then bending both knees. Shift your weight back. Jump in if you have the loop band, or step if you don't have the loop band. Hands back onto the legs. Inhale, look up. Exhale, bow down. Hug it in. We're going to stay here for just a few breaths. Hug into this forward fold. Now see if you can actively try to press that loop band out as you hug in. You might notice that this helps you get a little bit deeper in the stretch. Just about 5 more deep breaths here. And then we're going to slowly bring it up, rounding through the back. Good. And then slowly round up, vertebrae by vertebrae. So you come to that nice long spine. Inhale, reach those arms up. Lean back, deep breath. Exhale, swan dive. We're starting to get loose into this. Bend the knees, step or jump. All the way back. Hold that plank line, deep breath. Exhale, lower. Point the toes, inhale up. And then look back one way and the other way, stretching out through the spine, all the way through the throat. The throat is part of your spine, and then pressing back into down dog. Okay, this time, instead of walking the dog, we're gonna lift up both heels, and lower both heels. Let that loop band help you if you have it on there. Resist out on that loop band when you come up and down. Good, just about 5 more. Good, and then bending those knees, shift the weight back, step or jump forward, hands onto your legs, inhale, look up. Exhale, bow down. And then round it up at your own pace, feeling through the vertebrae. Bring those arms all the way up. Take one of your wrists, pull it to the side, look up to the ceiling, deep breath. Take your other wrist, pull to the side, look up, deep breath. And exhale, release, swan dive down, hands come under your shoulders, find your plank line. Plank line, hold plank line, hold plank. We're gonna roll through the shoulders just like we were doing in table, but now in plank. Roll through the shoulders, isolate through the shoulders. It's kind of like a serrated push-up with a little bit more motion. Good, keep going this direction, another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and other direction. Circle, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly lower your hips down. Point your toes, let your entire upper body lower down. Reset the hands so they're low in the rib cage. Squeeze the elbows into the ribs. Inhale, press up. Into that up dog or cobra. Look behind you a few times. Side to side. Good. Taking your time here. Good, and then slowly bring it back to center, tuck your chin into your chest, curl your toes, find that downward facing dog. with your option to walk your dog or hold your down dog. So now at your own pace, we're gonna do about 3 more minutes of sun salutations. I recommend starting off at whatever pace, like this pace that we've been going at, and then about the last 90 seconds, we'll pick up the pace and try to go a little bit faster. If you have a loop band and you want to take it off, it's up to you. All right, 3 minutes of sun salutations at your own rhythm, at your own pace, pausing wherever feels good for you, especially in the first half. Making little movements, not just front and back, but also side to side, and stretching all the way through the spine, all the way through your body. Let your breath help you move. Start building that inner fire within. Good, just really try to move through your breath. Nice, long, deep inhalations and exhalations. Okay, now we're going to try to start picking up the pace just a little bit. See if you can go a little bit faster and just spend about 1 breath in each pose. When you feel like inhaling or exhaling, turn it into a movement. And this will also help you deepen your inhalations and your exhalations. Good. Keep going with the breath. Try to pick up the pace just a little bit more last minute. Good. Try to go at least 1 more time all the way through. And we're gonna meet in downward facing dog. The next time that you get to down dog, just meet there. Start walking it out. Start really just taking movements through your hips, side to side. Take your time, let one leg straighten as the other leg bends, and shift right to left. Keep that chin into your chest, open up through the shoulders. Catch your breath if your breath is a little bit sped up from those faster sun salutations. Good. Now I want you to start looking up to the ceiling on the side that you have the straight leg. So whatever leg is straight, look up to the ceiling, shift side to side. Bend your other leg and look up to the straight leg side. Keep walking the dog, but spend some time in one leg straight and the other leg straight, just gazing up to the ceiling, adding an added layer of twist and stretch here. Just about 5 more deep breaths. Good. And the next time that you exhale, lower your knees all the way down to the ground. We're gonna find the weights. If you have some weights, just a light set of weights. If you don't have weights, that's okay, you don't have to have them. So we're practicing this entire year. We're gonna practice our lean back. So we have the weights, lean back, just hold here with your elbows into your ribs, and then stretch and bend through the arms as you lean back. We do this every day or at least every class. And we're really gonna gain. You might already feel some gains here, leaning back a little bit deeper. Keep inhaling, arms out, exhaling in. Good, just about 5 more deep breaths. Good, 1 more all the way out and in, and then we're gonna lower into a tabletop position. Just take those weights to the side. Tabletop, round and arc through your spine. Remembering to take a movement side to side, as well as front to back. Good. All right, now we're gonna flatten up our back. Step just your right foot forward. Now, if you have this glute band, you're gonna feel that resistance here. All right, now pick up those weights. Just for resistance, little lean back and reach those arms out. So we're just leaning back, it's just one leg. The other leg is up. If you need to, you can move that glute band up just a little bit. So it's similar to what we were doing before when we were on both knees, but now it's just one knee back. Inhaling out, exhaling in. Focus all the way onto the side that's back. 5 more. Good, 1 more in and out, and then coming back into the tabletop position, rounding and arcing. Take those weights away, round and arc. Remembering to make little shimmies along the way. That feel good? Good, and the next time that you come into your rounded spine, round as much as you possibly can, and then start swaying around in this. Sway around, really making sure you give some attention through your entire back, especially that low back. Breathe through it. Stay nice and rounded. Maybe go a little bit deeper with those circles if it feels good. And then whenever you're ready, just reverse the direction of those circles. Good, and coming back to center. Now we're gonna step the left foot forward, or just make sure it's your opposite side. So whatever side you did before, make sure it's your opposite side. I know it's a little bit awkward getting there if you have a loop band, but the loop band is actually gonna help deepen that stretch. Pick up those weights. It's leaning back as much as comfortably possible, putting all the weight onto the back leg, and then bring the elbows in and out. Keep leaning back on the other side. Good, just about 10 more. In and out, move with that breath. 9, 8. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. And 1, come back into the table, move through your cat-cow. Breathe through this, shifting side to side as needed, and then whenever you're ready, come back into the rounded spine. Now I just want you to sway right to left. Just right to left into that cat pose. Chin into the chest, tailbone tucked in. Just side to side sways. Good. Just about 2 more each way. And coming back to center. Find your weights again. We have one more thing on the knees with the weights. This time bring the arms all the way up above your head. We're gonna sweep one arm down, lower back, and then reach it up. Your other side. Sweep it down and up. Try to sway with this in a really slow kind of motion. Exhaling down, inhaling up. Those quads should be fired up. Keep going back as far as you can. Moving with that breath. Good, just about 30 more seconds here. Keep pushing those hips forward as you lean back. 2 more each side. And finish up that last round. And then slowly lower your arms down. Lift up into a downward facing dog, and I want you to just wiggle the loop band off of you. And stretch into your down dog for 5 deep breaths. Whatever you want to do, if you want to walk it or just stay here and breathe. 5 deep breaths. Good, and on your exhalation, slowly lower your knees down. We're gonna set onto our heels. If you wanted to, you could put a block under you. So we're gonna extend our right leg out and keep our left leg bent. So it's right leg out. If you can, sit onto your heel. If it's not comfortable to sit on your heel, put a block there. You could take your leg out to the side, or you could also just bring your foot in. I'm gonna, just because it's comfortable for me, I'm going to have my leg in towards my body and take a quad stretch and sit on my heel. But if that's not comfortable, don't do that. All right, pick up those weights. Inhale, reach your arms up. Deep breath in, exhale, lean forward. When you lean forward, take your arms out to a T position, back to the front, and then up. Exhaling forward, tee those arms out, light weights or no weights at all, back forward and up. Remember, if this is too much for your leg, you can keep that leg with the foot to the inner thigh or sit onto a block if you need to. Using your back and your core muscles here. Good, just about 5 more, and then we're gonna stay deep into the stretch. 4, 3, good. 2, and just go 1 more. Tee out the arms, and the next time that your arms are reaching towards your foot, just stay here and stretch. So the lower body is doing the same thing as before. And I'm actually going to reset my foot. So get comfortable and stretch into your long leg. You need to reorient your leg. You could take it more to the side or bring your foot to the inner thigh. Stay here and breathe. Good, 5 more deep breaths. Extend through the heel. Good, on your exhalation, slowly walk your hands up your leg. We're gonna take this bent knee and point it up. Set your foot onto the ground, point it up. Pick those weights up. I'm gonna go double light weights. You could do single or you could do one heavier. Take your opposite elbow to knee. So it's your right arm crossed over your left leg and just bicep curl. And just look behind that shoulder. Good. As you breathe, trying to stay nice and long through your spine. This is also a nice digestive stretch too, getting all of your digestive tract moving. Good, just about 15 more seconds. Exhaling the weights up toward your shoulder, inhaling them down. Good, one more time, all the way through. And now we're just gonna let this left knee fall out to the side. Keep your weights meter you. And we're gonna open up through the hips as much as comfortably possible. So the leg, the long right leg is out to the side. The left knee is bent out to the side, or make sure you're just staying on your same side. And then pick up those weights. Inhale, reach it all the way up. Exhale, bend your right elbow in, out to the side, and lengthen over to the long leg. So the opposite arm is bending. Right arm is the only one that's bending. Left arm is staying straight, or basically opposite arm to leg stays straight. Find that rhythm, moving with the breath, exhaling as you bend, inhaling as you lengthen. Good, find that breath rhythm. Again, we're gonna be here just about 5 more breaths, and then we're gonna stay to the side. We'll drop the weights and stay to the side and stretch. Good. Now just drop those weights safely without torquing your shoulder, and see if you can catch your foot. If you need to, grab your strap or your loop band to help catch your foot with your opposite hand. Now, if you wanted to come back into some bicep curls with your right arm, that bottom right arm, as you just look up to the ceiling, or press your right arm onto the ground. Keep opening up through that side body. Good, just about 5 more deep breaths. And then slowly release, bring yourself back up. And let's take a quick cat-cow to reset through the spine. So bend both knees, find the center of your mat, and just reset through your spine, rounding and arcing, feeling into the breath. It's really important that we keep this back stretched out, especially when we're doing all of these different movements, Yogalate movements. So just breathe into it, make it feel good for you. Take some sways as you feel guided. We'll be here about 10 more breaths. So take your time feeling into it, especially the low back. Good. And then you can stay here if you want, or you can take a downward facing dog. If you feel good doing your cat-cow, stay there. Or if you want to, come into a down dog. Again, making any little movements that feel good. You can walk your dog or just hold it. Hopefully you're feeling nice and loosened up. Good, 3 more deep breaths. And on your exhalation, slowly lower those knees back down. We're gonna come to the other side now. So before we did left leg, now we're gonna do right leg. Find that comfortable position for you. Use the block if you need to. Extend the right leg. It might be different on the right side versus the left side. Maybe before you were able to sit onto your heel, maybe now you just want to take your leg to the side. All right, inhale, reach those arms up. Deep breath, exhale, lower down. Tee out the arms. Back to center, and then up. Exhaling down. Inhale, tee those arms, fly them out, and then back up. Should be feeling that core engaged as you move here. Good. Just about 5 more, and then we'll just stay in the stretch. As you go, you might need to reset. If something starts to not feel good, then reposition yourself. Good. And just one more time, all the way through. And reach toward your leg, that long leg. Extend through your heel. Stay here and breathe. Try to hug the big mound part of your toe in. Letting that heel lengthen out. Breathe here. Good, 2 more deep breaths, and then we're going to take that twist with the bicep curl. On your next exhalation, slowly find yourself up. Either double up your weights, or you could grab a heavier weight, get them near you, and then set that foot down onto the ground. Twist, so you're looking all the way behind you. See if you can bring that elbow in on the outside part of your right knee, and then just bicep curl. With the left arm, right arm is helping you twist. Look behind you. Inhaling your arm down, exhaling it up. Keeping that spine nice and long. Good. One thing I like about doing the bicep curl here is it kind of like gets you deeper without you thinking too much about it. So let yourself move into that twist with the breath. 5 more deep breaths. Good, and then slowly let that knee release, open up through the hips. The left leg is out to the side. We have both weights. Make sure you're nice and stable through your seat bones. You can reset yourself as needed. And then pick up those light weights. Inhaling, reaching your arms up, deep breath in. Exhale, bend your left elbow and reach over to the left side with your right arm. So it's the opposite arm and leg are staying straight. And then your opposite arm and leg are bending. Hopefully that makes sense. So it's right knee, left elbow is bent. Start feeling that rhythm into your breath. Good. Letting your stretch get deeper as you go. Just about 30 more seconds. And then we're going to stay in that stretch. Good. And just take one more all the way through. And then start releasing your weights safely. Find a stretch where you're reaching that top right arm toward your left leg with the option to pick up either one or both or just one heavy and bicep curl your left elbow, your left arm as your right arm reaches towards your left leg. Kind of tricks you into getting even deeper into the stretch, breathing into the side body. Good, just about 5 more deep breaths here. Good, and then slowly release the weights if you have them. Slowly untangle yourself. Walk your spine nice and straight. Bring the soles of your feet together. Both of your feet together. Hold onto your ankles and then wiggle close up toward your seat bones or your heels with your seat bones. Interlace your fingers around the toes. Butterfly through the legs, let your head move around, let your spine lengthen. Make any little movements that feel good, just get nice and loose through the inner thighs. And then bring the legs up by your elbows and press your legs down with your elbows. Get deep into the stretch. 5 deep breaths here, and then we're done. Get nice and deep through this. Keep using those arms to get deeper without the shoulders reaching up toward your ears. Really thinking about stretching the inner thighs. Good, one more deep breath in. And on the exhalation, slowly round your spine up. Find a nice, comfortable seated position. Reach both arms all the way up. Stretch even your fingers all the way to the top. Bring the palms together. Deep breath in, and then exhale it into your heart center with your thumbs to your heart. Namaste.